Hi.
Hello there.
Hi,
I know
look.
not you.
Look at this funny
Clapping.
website.
Deeply.
I'm going to let this scroll by slowly. Hi, everyone. How are you doing?
Fine, we've been talking for 2 hours.
I'm sorry.
It
I
is
had to
true.
get shit ready.
Subscribe for $10 or more on Patreon to get the Clapcast.
We can't just steal what theirs is called.
What the fuck is the Clapcast?
I'm making a reference to another show. Don't worry about it.
You know what? I'm unsurprised.
It's the pre-show to a different show that I watch.
Did anyone like all of the extra material between this session and last?
Yes, it was quite riveting.
I didn't make it through it all, but yes.
Yeah, let's see. Let's just get a quick check. So, I mean, what was the extra material last time and this time?
There's that HTML page that I made, and then I gave you a funny code.
Yeah, there's the HTML page and then the hexadecimal code.
It may not actually be hexadecimal. In fact, it's almost certainly not.
I don't actually think it is, because I tried putting it in hexadecimal and it was giving me gibberish.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's not a cipher.
Yeah, it almost certainly is. It is probably language in some way. Oh, there was also a moment where I posted a clip from the Undiscovered Self.
Oh, yes.
Lied with a quote from something and then immediately deleted it.
Yes, and then after that led us to here, where we have this funny code.
I heard them talking. Did you guys hear them talking?
I didn't hear.
That's what led us to this funny
talking.
code. That's what I said.
Yes, that's true.
Oh. Is the code the quote?
I will neither confirm
That's an
nor
option.
deny that, but that seems obvious to me.
The sequence 84,
Yeah.
32, 69, 32 repeats 6 times, and of those, it ends.
Oh,
It
yes.
extends to 32, 84, 72, 69, 32, 87 3 times. That's Utah luck.
All right, guys.
Yeah. Well, that makes it seem pretty clear that those are letters in words.
Yes.
Like, yeah, but there's very few. Like, I don't believe there are very many double letters anywhere in the text. I think there might be 3.
Double letters are rare in English.
Hmm.
Anyone want to give me a quote reading today?
How about
You have been nominated.
Oh no, we
yeah, I did.
We
I
established before the session that you, as penance, have to read the quote and do the recap.
I'm here now, though. I'm no longer my avatar to the left right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did the last one, so someone else has to do it.
All right.
And if I did it, that would just be too indulgent.
And I did it the session before, so now it's your turn.
Okay. Well, shouldn't we do the recap first?
No, the episode starts with like the quote, and then we get the last time on, and then we.
All right.
Yes. It's a very clear format.
Episode 5, Pentagram Convex. The one who recognizes God by following the authority is a common believer. The one who recognizes him by theological proofs and seeks proofs of the Creator from things is an Asherite. One who recognizes God through God and sees none alongside God but God considers things to be non-existent is a realizer. Abu al-Hasan al-Shushtari,
Yeah.
Tawshih, circa 1250.
C certified.
Yeah, dude, you gotta have diverse influences, everybody.
This is the Islamic shit that you were talking about. This is the Arabic.
Yes. I think the thing that Simon is referring to is a different thing I was talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure there's more.
And that I was talking about to you was not Arabic, it was Persian,
Oh, of course.
I think. Anyways, hi guys, what happened last time?
Yeah. Well, starting at the end as usual, we had just a class time of like just a whole session of a philosophy class. That's something
That we're still in.
that we're still in. Yes. What happened first in that episode?
We escaped from Tarkov.
Yeah, we got
Yeah. Oh man, that was one episode.
I like how that felt like a very light episode, and then you say that the very next time.
Mm-hmm. There were movements, so it didn't feel like it was one episode. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, but you began in the underground.
Yeah, with Conciliate.
We tried to learn psychic powers, and it didn't really work out for us very well. And eventually, Conciliate got tired of our shit and just hucked us up a ladder. And then, unfortunately for him, he didn't know that we had rolled 2 1s. So he's probably dead.
He's gone.
Because anytime you roll a 1, you create a steadily escalating threat. And we escape from there. We're driving up the highway and encounter a police blockade. And then we give the government our real identification. Uh-oh. Surely there's no way that can come back on us.
Surely.
Of course not. No, Sheila. Sheila's her name.
Yeah. So we get back to the school and we immediately tear into Dr. Alvis. And then by asking him a series of questions, we managed to give him a cranial hemorrhage of some kind. I ask him some hard-hitting questions and he just starts bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
And grasping his head, he dunks his head under some water out of a fast-moving faucet. It does not seem to go well for him. But we get some information out of him.
Yeah, he's able to like restabilize, but it's
yeah, he took an
it's
aspirin.
hard going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything from him?
The following day, we learned that he's very messed up.
Sheila got something.
That there's a lot of questions that he can't answer.
Did Sheila get something?
Weren't you the one who touched him?
Gnomes.
Oh, right. Yeah, when he was freaking out and she went to touch him, she just got like a flash of a burning junkyard for like a moment. Oh, we learned from Conciliate before that about their a text in order to read more about this stuff called the Kybalion that he prompted us to go find.
Yeah, Jack asked,
also,
hey, is there a book we should read? Which is a very wise question to ask in this campaign.
Yeah.
Jack was being sarcastic, and it just happened to pay off.
Yeah.
Well, Jack is learning what kind of campaign he's in.
Well, no, but we're not allowed to read that book yet because we don't have access to it.
Yeah.
Right.
No, if your character can't read it, then you can't
I should be
either.
clear. I was clearly asking for if there is a book that we could read, but the character was being sarcastic.
Also, before Consilia left us, he said something about the Forgotten One. Just wanted to remind everybody about
Watch
that.
out for the Forgotten One, he said.
Yeah.
That is going to be a concern for
He also gave you a
us, I
second
imagine.
point of advice before he said goodbye.
And that is the best way to overcome the laws of nature is to look for a contradictory law in a higher order space.
That isn't what I meant, but he also did say that.
Oh, okay. I don't know what other advice you're talking about then.
Sheila, did you get it down? Because I didn't.
About affecting types of laws in like, or manipulating laws in different spaces, and about how space is hard to manipulate. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I was calling back to he told you one, keep an eye on Alvis. He quote
Right.
he's suffered enough.
Yeah.
And two was watch out for the Forgotten One. Those were both said in like the same breath.
Sure.
Or look out, be on the lookout for the Forgotten One, I believe is what I literally said.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yes.
And so naturally, the first thing that I do upon getting back is grill Alvis, and then as soon as we leave and are talking in the dorm, I say, there may come a time where we have to press Alvis on these things, and it might wind up with us sacrificing him. And I just want everybody to be aware that that's an option.
Yeah.
Sacrifices are a strong term.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I have in my notes that the sample was just diesel. Is that the full truth? Is that the whole truth?
Diesel and motor oil, but he's investigating it for us.
Alvis is investigating. He doesn't think that there's anything to that, but he also started bleeding from the head when we asked him, or when we directly confronted him about men with metal skeletons and oil for blood.
Yeah.
So we get out of that situation. I pull on my connections to try and get some DMT. We do some research and walking around. Then we go to class. And in that class, Sheila has the brilliant idea of locking the professor in the room with us while sitting at his desk and asking him some apparent, like, seemingly disconnected questions to see if you can ink blot test him into revealing something, but instead discovering that he is a normal person.
All right, let's just jump back into that conversation because that's where we were at. What was the very last thing that you did, Jack?
Yeah, let me look at them. I hit eject on the tape, pull it out, flip it to the B side, put it back in, hit record, and say, "Do you know anything about a man named Fulcanelli?"
I'm sorry?
Somebody that we've been talking to who seems to know you kept mentioning a man named Fulcanelli. We weren't given a first name.
He appears puzzled at your question. No, I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone by that name.
Sheila says, glaring at him.
Is that French?
Sounds Italian to me, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I'm more like
some kind of Rome language.
yeah. Most of my reading comes from Germany, you know. That's where all this syllabus comes from, basically. Everything in the last
And
2,000 years, at least.
do you know anything about does the word Kabbalion do anything for you?
Yeah, that's the book that you asked me about. It's in the library, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
Mhm.
By the way, why are you guys recording this?
Posterity.
it's helpful for notes.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
A man named Eugene Consolidate said he knew you,
That's
and
not.
he kept mentioning this Fulcanelli fellow, and I thought you might know something about him.
No. Sorry about that.
Yeah, take a swing.
I'm like, what I will say is, this entire time I'm like trying to fucking size him up.
I think he's sitting in the desks like with you guys now, because you're still sitting at his desk, right?
No, I moved back.
Oh, okay. Well, he still sits at the desk with you guys. He like pulls it out and like turns it.
Cool.
I walk up to to Sheila as
Yeah.
though to huddle, and I ask her, I'm like, yo, do you want to show him those pictures? Do you want to show him our extracurricular activities or no?
Do you want
That's
to incriminate him?
Is that audible to the mic?
Yes, that's audible.
No, I mean like to the recording device and to him.
No, I walk up to Sheila and I huddle. We huddle
All right.
up.
Yeah.
So it's just like a little,
You lean
just a
over.
little whisper. Got it.
Yeah, I think she would say to you, "Hush, hush.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how amicable he's going to be to the strangeness. I think it's best to let him reveal his knowledge of anything before we instigate divulging this sort of stuff." Which is
That's
why,
fair.
I honestly think Jack should keep names like Ocanelli to himself.
Let's see. I think he's smart enough to not ask you about your quote unquote extracurricular activities.
Did he hear that though? I tried to whisper to her.
It's a small room, guys. There's only 4 people in this room.
It's a college classroom. How is it small?
Well,
You haven't been to college in America. There's many different sizes of rooms.
yeah. These aren't like tiered up bleachers. These are like,
That's how I was imagining them. Okay.
no, it's just like a flat classroom, basically. These are just normal
Okay.
classrooms. Yeah, college is just high school, but with extra steps.
I mean, he can like put
Yeah,
his
literally.
like hand up to my ear and whisper directly into my ear without him knowing.
There's 3
Not
people in the
knowing, but
room.
without him hearing.
There's 3 people in the room other than him. He can see you doing it.
Yeah, no, not that. He would obviously he would know. He would see that it's happening, but Daniel could speak softly enough to where he doesn't hear it.
All right. Let's see. Some now some points that you guys were bringing up last time was that Jack, you don't believe in the unconscious as it is put forth in, well, quite a lot of quite a lot of psychological works. It's a
Yeah,
popular theory.
Jack believes that the unconscious is for children. Which, by the way, this is an outcropping of my own actual beliefs, but I made it different enough to create some separation for an interesting play space.
Yeah. I think Sheila had something interesting to say about that.
I mean, she refuted it. But you know, she can. I mean, are we trying to bring it up again in character, or
Yeah.
who's doing that?
He is prompting you.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. That was meant to be a diegetic. I think Sheila had something to say about that.
I see.
I think Sheila had something to say about that.
That's not what he sounds like.
But it could be. I've changed my voice 4 times for this show.
Yeah, but if host does it, then it raises some questions and suspicions.
Yeah,
it has
perhaps.
implications.
Yeah. Yeah, is he going from Pyro to Mithra? You know, same voice actor, different inflection. Sheila said Sheila like thinks for a second and says, I just think about like before we're retaining information as infants, as children, and even in between that time and now, all the things that are lost, but nonetheless maybe leave an imprint, some sort of behavioral mark that sits there without you really being able to focus on it. She says to herself, feeling like there's something missing in her brain that she's trying to think about.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so think about it like a house. You're laying down your first bricks, and you lay one of them gets laid down broken or uneven or something like that, and you keep laying bricks around. And when you're done, and you have a complete house, the floor sags in one area, and that's tangible evidence that one of those bricks down there is messed up. Like you can tell. That's how you learn about these things. Is that even if you got it lost in the process, you can still tell that has happened.
Some foundations are too deep to look at with the human eye, I think.
If you say so.
I think we can. I don't know if that's a wild supposition considering the things that we've seen in the past few weeks, Jack.
No, I definitely believe that there are some things that only aliens can see in us that we cannot see in ourselves.
That's quitter talk. Like I could dress it up, but that's basically my take on it, is that if you declare that it is unknowable by you, you are giving up the chance to ever learn it.
And I don't
No.
unknowable.
No. You go, Sheila.
You could learn how to know. I think it's discoverable in a sense. But that doesn't mean that doesn't mean it's not lost right now. You'd have to go find it, and sometimes the road. I'm lost in my metaphors, but I think there's things that I don't know. and I don't know how to get closer to. Something about
You all right there, Sheila?
it's and like she looks to Jack and then she looks to the professor.
Yeah, Gray also is looking at you like, "Hey, are you all right?"
You look like you left the oven on.
I think she like laughs at that and says, "Is there nothing missing for you? Do you not feel like there's like a space? Maybe after like I don't know, some kind of traumatic event?"
Yeah, he bites in here.
Yeah.
Gray bites in here to say, you know, Jack, it's very common for people to use their unconscious in order to protect their conscious mind from things that they can't handle.
And Sheila, like, I think whole body stiffens up at that and like point and like with two hands like points to the boys like this. Like, yeah, that's remember when I was saying that? She doesn't say that, but she gestures in an attempt to convey that thought.
Now, Jack, the reason I'm laying in about this is because I don't know if you've actually read your syllabus, but after after this book, which we're going to discuss this week and next week, we're going to move on to discussing the you could think about it like the next level up of the unconscious, which is the collective unconscious, which is kind of like psychoanalysis, but for like a culture at large and not just an individual person.
Well, there was some of that, and I feel like some of what Jung was saying bleeds over to that in a way, where he's talking about the state of the individual, but how that's sort of defined from the larger culture.
Yes, it's the undiscovered self is kind of about refinding the patient with and pulling them out of the sea of unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, maybe I'm being nitpicky here, but the specific thing that I said was that you ask the right question to somebody and they can put it together.
Sure.
And it like the project of becoming a person is to ask those questions of yourself. A lot of people talk about this whole unconscious thing as though there's a whole lot of beliefs that you hold and thinking that you do that is invisible to you, and only an expert can tell you about yourself, but you can't tell you about yourself. And they treat it like it's this unbreachable thing that runs through and controls your entire life that you can never know anything about. Like you're a puppet at the end of some mysterious force and not in any way directly aware of what it is that you're doing. And I just don't like. I'm not saying that I'm not going to learn the material or anything. I'm here to be challenged.
Yeah.
But
I think you actually
you
agree more than you disagree. Then, from what it sounds like, it seems
maybe.
like because just because it is unconscious doesn't mean it is unknowable. There are parts. It is in a state of being unknown, and it fluctuates between those. As thoughts come up and surface.
She was trying to think
I guess
very hard right now.
I guess the thing I'm really trying to say is that I think you can turn the lights on in the back room at some point. You get me?
Yeah.
I think that goes back to what we were saying earlier on, where the process of self-actualization is learning to put those lights on. Now that might involve actually putting yourself out there, experiencing the world and culture, or it might also involve an alien encounter. You never know.
You ever had an
Or,
alien encounter, Danny?
I have.
Oh, now that sounds like something we could talk about next class.
Yeah.
Maybe next time I could interview you.
Pieces of it, but
What'd you say, Sheila?
we've heard me and Jack and
Oh, is that
Neil.
one of your guys' articles?
No, we haven't.
It's related.
Related, presumably.
You can say whether or not
we
you've
haven't
written
really-
that. Is that written out there? I put it in the HTML that I made.
Yeah.
I assumed that was one of the stories of Command Line, or one of the threads on it.
Well, I mean,
It ought to be.
Up to Danny D and his master player, who gets to decide whether or not that is released information.
That I had an encounter with aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. It's out there.
All right.
I didn't tell the full story though.
Yeah, you change the names around. Gotcha.
Yeah, we have to stay anonymous on the forums.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, I've since gained additional information that provides extra context to what happened before.
And that thing that happened to Danny is kind of the example of the thing that I'm trying to push for, is like, not just that it's breachable, but that you don't have to bury things back in the back room in the first place. If you, I don't know that I can even explain what I'm trying to say to another person, but like, if it's between my like sinking something into my unconscious mind to protect me, or just being hit by it full force and crushed, I would rather live in the real world, regardless of the consequences.
What if it was put back there, but you didn't do it?
Yeah, Jack. Sometimes, a lot of the time, these things happen automatically or artificially.
Yeah. If you say so.
I think Sheila, like, okay, no, Danny, you go.
I think artificially is maybe a mischaracterization. I think it might be reflex. Like you know when you go to like the hospital, you go to the doctor and they bind the thing on your knee and it just moves by itself.
Yeah, that always feels weird.
Yeah, I think it might just be reflexive instead of artificial.
Well, we're dipping a bit far into psychoanalysis for my tastes. That's why I keep this, kind of restricted to the intro class.
When you give us such interesting material and spark such interesting conversations, obviously it will meander and lead out into things that maybe you didn't want it to.
Yeah, that's why this class is graded on participation. That way you actually want to show up.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. Did you pass by our rooms today?
No, I did not. You trapped me within here before I could come wake you guys up.
So So you come here first, and then you go to our rooms.
Well, yeah, I drop my bag off, and I put the pot on.
I have just finished the cup, and we appreciate that.
I appreciate you all. This has been a very, you guys are doing, real great in class. I hope you'll, maybe you'll take the 102 course this fall.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
And with that, I think class is starting to wind down.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah. I think you run. I think you run out of tape at this point.
Sure.
I know I haven't literally gone for another 45 minutes, but let's assume that we have.
I wanted to ask him something.
You can ask him something. I'll say it ran out of tape.
Okay.
Oh, do you have it written down?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was just me trying to find the voice of Professor. I think there's something very wrong with Dr. Albus.
Yeah. I mean,
you don't say.
And yeah, I know.
I'm pretty sure he's lived through 2 wars. Well, 2 of the worst ones, anyways.
You're not a psychologist.
Only not on paper, no. I only have a master's degree.
Good answer.
I'm still working on the PhD.
In philosophy or psychology?
Both.
And yes, haha, it sounds obvious, but this is more to the boys than him for this next part. But I think it's something like I've been saying, something deeper, something less willful. And I don't know if we can we do anything about that? And that's when I turn back to Vulcan.
Well, for people of, Alvis's age, usually they don't want to confront these kinds of things. They'd rather just push them down and live out the last of their days in whatever peace they can scrounge together.
You might find this absurd. But what if said person's mental state was reliant on the fate of the world?
Well,
join the club, pal.
And he doesn't laugh. He doesn't smirk. He takes you very seriously, and he says, "Well, I would hope that whatever forces are at play would draw him back to what he's forgotten." Or what he's lost. Sheila writes that down.
Yeah.
All your note taking is canonical, as is your character. Yeah. He. As he gets up and he gets ready to. He starts collecting his things. He's not rushing out. he does fill up his cup again, which is the last of the coffee.
Yeah.
Well, guys, good job with the reading. This is a really great class. This is definitely the best class of the year so far for me, at least. I know that some of you are a little behind in your reading. You never got into Plato's Republic, so I won't assign you any new reading this week. And it seems like you've got a lot to think about, anyways.
Indeed.
But next class, try to come. Try to come as prepared as you did this time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You'll need it. And then he, like, two fingers to the forehead, like, waves. Yeah.
I was gonna like pat him on the shoulder and say, "This has been my favorite class so far in the time that I've been here. Like, I'm getting a lot out of this, man."
Oh, that's really nice to say. Thanks. Maybe when the review board comes around, I'll ask for some student feedback. Maybe that'll help me out a little bit.
Maybe we could give this.
If I don't get pinched for anything, you can count on it.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, Danny?
Who knows? Maybe this tape could help you.
Yeah, I feel like whatever it does, at least I'm not incriminated.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And with that, he passes through the door back to his life.
Yeah.
So as soon as he's like not around anymore, I'm gonna say something like, "So you think he was holding anything back because we had an obvious tape recorder going?"
You tell. Because the DM wouldn't let me roll about it.
Yeah, absolutely hate.
And wouldn't that be just so interesting to roll and just get an answer?
He.
You could roll to see if he was lying to you, but
Yeah, I mean that's what I was trying to ask.
wasn't lying to you.
I wonder. I know this is. Daniel, go.
I don't think he was lying to
Yeah,
us.
walk and talk. We're going to the library.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't think he was lying to us, but I don't think his words would hold up in a court. You know, they ask you to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I don't think that was the whole truth.
The whole truth. Yes. There.
Well, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, Danny. They can't check.
Listen, it's all in the spirit of the saying, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm just busting your chops, buddy.
I wonder. What is the chance that their names are the same out of serendipity? It's possible.
The same?
The
Vulcan and Falconelli.
Right. I thought you were talking about Alvis for a second.
No.
I mean,
No.
Falconelli was supposed to have changed his name a bunch.
Multiple times.
Maybe it's his uncle or something like that. I don't know. But we only have the one name on the guy, and like if it was wildly different, if it was like Joe Black, then we're shit out of luck.
I just. I don't know. There's much to learn, gentlemen. I think that's safe enough to say. Now that we're out of the proximity of prying ears, I want to ask if either of you are trepidatious about continuing our research when it comes to what we saw earlier this week.
I said what I said. I'd rather live in the real world.
Yeah.
I'm definitely trepidatious. That bomb going off scared. I don't even want to talk about it. That flash, it was so close to me.
It's everything I've been afraid of since I was a little kid. And worse.
I literally thought I was gonna die. The fact that it didn't kill us. I think it's scarier that it didn't kill us.
I agree. Because it's some force that and whatever we were doing down there in the tunnels, it's a force that without Alvis, there's only ourselves to learn about
it. Do we wind up at the card catalog?
Yep.
Yeah. Do we know what science section? Right. We can just.
Yep.
We should we've been students for a couple of years. Or at least I have.
Collectively,
I ought to know where this is.
You got some years between you. You head to the science section. It's got it has rows of books for each professor of the science department. The very bottom one is for Alvis.
Aww.
On this old beat up shelf. Let me just list some books that are on here. You find there's like 3 copies of Gnomes.
Three is a convenient amount.
I think I got everything out of this one that I was going to get. I just shoved that one aside.
Crushed between the copies of Gnomes and about 8 copies of Neuromancer, there is one like paperback copy of the Kabbalion.
I grab one of each.
There is only one of each of those 3. I was gonna list some other things on the shelf. Here's what.
Please do.
Here's what that pamphlet looks like.
All right.
The Kabbalion by the 3 Initiates.
Oh my god, this shit is real. I know you said it before, but I didn't want to believe it.
Is there an audiobook of this?
Yeah.
Are
you looking at that?
Here's the part where, the Kabbalion, a study of Hermetic philosophy of ancient Egypt and Greece by 3 Initiates. Yeah. Yogi Publication Society, Masonic Temple, Chicago, Illinois. Yikes!
Yeah, this is a picture of an English copy that you have.
Okay. Yeah.
You want to flip through that real quick? Oh wait, hold on, wait. Let me go ahead and list. Let me just get the rest of this list out because it's just so funny. Let's see. There's also 2 copies of Beyond the Light Barrier. which I'm just going to also show you
I
the.
take up that.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
no, that's right. That's right in your angle. Here you go. This is what the cover of that book looks like when it uploads.
Oh, whoa.
What the hell?
Um,
What the hell?
Oh, shit.
yeah, you
What?
wanna read what that says?
Beyond the Light Barrier, the autobiography of Elizabeth Clarer, a romantic story of the encounter between a South African woman and a man from Meton, a planet in Proxima Centauri.
What strikes Danny D?
And
What
there's
strikes
something
Danny
in. There's
D?
also another pamphlet. This one's in Latin. It looks like. It's titled "The Naturalis Historiae." And just for posterity,
light
let's get a
barrier is the
neuromancer in
hymen.
here. Yeah, that's what's on this book, or that's what's on this shelf. Yeah, this is I think the original cover. It might not be, but whatever. No, this is the movie poster. Where the fuck is the book cover?
For what?
For Neuromancer.
Goodreads.
I'm just being posterity.
Okay.
You know what? This is probably not this is not the original book cover, but who cares? It looks cool. This is definitely not the original.
Neuromancer.
There's like 50 covers of Neuromancer. Oh well.
Is it perhaps
Yeah.
this one that looks also totally fucking awesome?
Oh yeah, there it is. That's the one I recognize.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I read. Anyways.
That's not the one that I recognize. I recognize this green one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's the one Tim Rogers always uses.
Anyways, you flip. Which ones do you flip through first? I'll give you the Spark Notes versions.
I flip through the magic book first.
The Kabbalion.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go ahead and rattle off some shit for you, my guys. Let me just go ahead and let you know. So the book is like broken up into a lot of chapters, and there's a chapter on each of the 7 principles as they list them, and I am gonna copy and paste all of these to you right now.
Starbuck, were you telling us not to read this book?
I'm saying that you probably want me to read it first.
Okay.
Too late. It's definitely a funny read. It's got some
Oh
funny
shit! Principle 7.
Yeah.
Boy.
That's the principle of mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. I don't know why principle of cause and effect is not just principle of causality.
They didn't really have the word for that yet. Causality wasn't a phrase in common usage.
Most of the things in this book are not for things in common usage. Anyways.
Yeah, you don't say.
Yeah.
Man, gender being the closer is a real hard hitter.
Yeah, that's a weird part.
So, from memory, these layers are supposed to correspond to the spheres, as in the ancient model of how planets work.
Yeah.
But also like dimensions of thought in quotes.
Right.
Yeah.
How like fire is a fucking triangular thing, or and shit like that, right?
Yeah. Hermeticism is that's Aleister Crowley stuff.
Mm.
Yeah.
You've heard me say that name a lot.
Yeah. Like I said, you've
I-
got to be this. You've got to be the sole lifeguard.
I
Yeah.
once read his wiki page stuff. I will say he is a man of all time.
They got audiobooks for this shit.
Yeah.
2.9 million views, 1.3 million views, 33,000 views.
That's crazy.
I want to let the public know generally that Aleister Crowley, L. Ron Hubbard, and the founding 3 members of Jet Propulsion Laboratories, JPL, all lived in a house together.
Yep.
Fucking evil.
And that's why they sent hermetic seals to space engraved on the inside of the first rockets.
Fuck that.
And this is why we're filming this in Element.
Yeah.
But
And
then
directly putting it on YouTube.
That's why it's all a funny game. It's all a funny game. We're just
Google
playing.
to listen to and to triangulate our coordinates based on the echoes from outside of our houses.
Oh god.
Don't worry, I have a noise gate, so that doesn't come through.
Damn, I already flashed my flag on camera. That's crazy.
So there are these 7 principles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean I could read you fucking clips of this psycho shit, but let's just say that you are going to read this off screen. You've got one copy, you'll pass it around. If your characters deem it value. Would you like to go?
I'll give it a look through. I think Sheila's probably going to wind up with it first, right?
Yeah.
When was Neuromancer published?
I'm almost certain I checked the date on all these. That they're all good. I think Neuromancer is a pretty old book.
It should have been late 70s or something like that.
Oh shit! It's 1984.
No.
Okay, Neuromancer came out 4 years early. Shut up.
That's fine. If it came out 4 years early, that means that this is a new book. This is the kind of book that Jack would read also.
Yeah, read that instead.
Oh man. Neuromancer was Gibson's debut novel. This is the first Gibson.
Cool.
If you said 84, isn't that after? So then it's late, not early.
Well, no, I'm saying that in
the fiction of Command Line, it came out 4 years earlier, so we can have it.
Yes.
Are we in 85?
No.
Sorry, not 85.
We're in 80.
Yeah, you said it came out in 1984.
In real life.
Yes. In real life, it came out in 1984. So in Command Line, it has come out 4 years earlier as compared to our Earth.
Oh, okay.
So, Tarbuck, I need to know if this book will poison me and turn my brain evil.
Don't read it out loud.
What if I listen to an audiobook of it?
Seriously, let me read it first.
Okay, go ahead.
You can. It's probably fine if you look at like a summary or something like that, but
I assume the glass is not enough for this book.
I mean, the glass is probably going to hold up, but the question is what other effects reading it could have. Could you trigger something? Could you without reading it myself? I can't really tell you. This is preventative measures.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'll get a soul
I think
detox
Jack
later, I
steals
guess.
the book from you then.
I think I found a version of it just online. Period.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find
Yep.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Anyways, does anybody want to go speak with Dr. Alvis?
About what? What would we have to speak with him?
I don't know, but you might want to ask him some questions. Otherwise, I'm going to do a funny cutaway tension break.
I mean,
yeah, go on.
No. I was gonna say I have nothing more to say, but if you do,
I wanna flip through Beyond the Light Barrier.
Oh yes.
What do I see?
Oh. This is a pretty saucy. Biographical. Let me see. Let me pull this up. So it's about why is it not coming up when I search it? I don't know why. It's about a lady who was living her good 1940s life, and then at a young age, she was. This is relevant to the movie that we watched recently. She was visited and impregnated by an alien, who she then had a on again, off again, long distance relationship with. Over the next
how long distance?
Like Alpha Centauri long distance.
Oh shit.
And then yes, and then she eventually, and they were eventually married, like space married, and she was brought back to his home planet. She got to see all that crazy shit. I got to see their weird dome houses. That's a detail I remember. Yeah, generally, it's also very poorly written. It reads half as a like really pathetic public statement by someone who refuses to let someone else write their public statements, and like bad Twilight, bad space Twilight.
How many?
The more things change.
This is a 300-page book. It's like 280 pages or something.
Pain. Okay.
You know. Good luck finding a PDF of it. It's still a published book for some reason.
Is this lady even important?
No.
This is our real life. This is our real question.
She's some lady.
She's some lady.
I believe she started a Christian cult, which she is the leader of, and then I think she died.
Naturally.
In modern world, she's still alive in your world, I guess.
But did she die naturally though? That was supposed to be funny because Talbot said naturally after you said, and then she died.
Oh yeah. No, I was going to say no. She went back to her home planet.
Yeah. Now, I just wanted to add that the reason that Danny D liked this book so much is because of the depiction of the alien man being very, very human-like, being very Earthling-like.
Yes, they are.
That confirms some of his biases.
He's just like a weird, like blonde, like no pigment in the skin, like kind of lizard, kind of freak lizard guy.
He is a hyper Aryan.
Yes.
A super Aryan, if you will.
Yeah.
There's the Aryan and then the super Aryan. Just like the ego and the super ego.
Yeah.
All right.
Where's the super id? That's what I have to ask.
All right. We're gonna do a cutaway now, because this is the experimental episode of Command Line.
Okay.
Mhm.
The experimental episode?
It's one of them. We cut away to and we cut away to an abandoned desk deep within an unmarked building. There are men tearing the room apart, looking for any trace that was left behind of the person who once worked here. Of
Does the camera recognize the space?
It does not. This is a location you have not been to. There is and they're looking for some information that he took with him when he left. And we follow that camera as it floats out a window over a unremarkable street, and it sinks down below through the ground. And we see a train station and a large hulking man in a disguise holding an unmarked manila folder.
Okay.
He steps onto the train, and we cut back to you guys.
Okay.
Now this is the part that is the true experiment.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, for everybody who participated in that last class, you all did so good in class. You all get a gold star. Please get a stat. Go ahead and take a stat point
Wow.
in a slot of your choice.
Ooh.
If you read Plato's Republic, I might just give you another one.
I am doubling down. Okay, I'm doubling down. No zero connection. All instigation and separation.
I somehow lost my stack of orange sticky notes. Now I'm only gonna have one orange stat sticky.
Oh well. Yes.
I think Sheila. I think she might have leveled up her separation from that conversation, learning to trying to separate information from each other, and trying to parse out what matters and what doesn't.
Okay. And after everyone has added a point, has anybody reached 9 in a stat yet?
No, I just got 7 in connection.
Okay.
I just made separation equal to instigation, so I'm 5-5.
Maybe I could bump my connection up to 7 instead.
Fully up to you. We're gonna
you guys tell me what you have right now.
Separation, connection, and instigation in that order, as on our character sheets. I'm at 573.
505.
I see.
Yeah. Have this.
I feel like it's thematic for me to be connection because I felt very grounded in that whole scene, and the moment of sincere appreciation at the end there. That also feels connection flavored to me.
Okay.
I could kind of argue it for instigation because I was busting your guys' chops the entire time, but
yeah, I think anything works there. You just gotta mental level up. All right, everybody. So no one's at 9, right? No one's at 9 in the stat.
No one is at 9.
Okay.
Right.
Let me know if that occurs at any point. By the way.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
See,
So-
you asking that is why I'm not at 555.
Precisely. That's why I asked when I gave you all a stat point.
I could have cheated and made instigation 7 when I heard you say that, but I made my decision before, so we stick with it.
Hey, your sheet's not in front of me, so it's not. So you can do whatever you want to it. Anyways, there. What do we need to do? Oh yes. So you've all. I feel like your characters have all now like solidified as a group, and you guys are all, you guys are all true liners. You're all fully invested in Command Line as an investigative journalism gonzo reporting club
Yeah.
of the supernatural and the weird, the supernatural and the secret. So now we're going to have I think we're going to have so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play out some minor scenarios from many little adventures you all get to go on over the course of the summer.
Okay.
Instead of fleshing them out into like, oh, this is going to be like, oh, we're here and we're doing this for like 2 weeks. We're just going to fly through mini adventure today.
Okay.
Going to key moments and seeing when things go right and when things went wrong. I hope you'll all enjoy it. Let's see. So I think what's something that we can do that's very fun right off the bat.
Well, I do have one thing queued up that we might hand wave over.
Yeah. Did you have
depending on the results of it?
Yeah. Did your character want to bring a investigation to the table?
Well, it's more of an extracurricular activity on top, like an extracurricular activity. I think of the two of you guys, the person I more want to do this is Sheila. Sheila, would you be willing to trip sit for me? I don't know how long this is going to last. It could be like 8 hours. I'm about to take a heroic dose of DMT.
And I'm about to take extensive notes.
Okay.
This is exactly what I meant when I said these are for the funny. This is the funny mini episode compilation. This is the anthology episode of Command Line. So after receiving your dealer's amount of DMT, Sheila is asked to trip sit for Jack. Jack, do you have any particular goal with this trip? Is there a destination in mind?
That Jack believes that this would show him some part of the truth of the world.
Okay.
That he, by some kind of direct means, that surely not all of the hallucinogens are bullshit, the way that Conciliette said. After all, there's a lot of traditions in native cultures about accessing the spirit world this way. Now, some of that might be bullshit because the Greeks also thought that about alcohol, but
yeah, which maybe it's just diluted over the years.
It's worth a try. Could be. And the goal is to see the truth.
All right. Well, what kind of role do you think that is? Also, I think you're using your catalyst for this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was told in no uncertain terms by an expert that this is not possible. So, all right. I'm trying to connect to whatever kind of space that there is that is out there. That's what I think of it as.
Okay. That checks for me.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead and make that roll.
It's more about connecting to there than it is about separating from here.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and use your go ahead and make your roll, and you got advantage because you're using your catalyst.
All right, I'm going to write this a little differently to see if this works the way that I'm expecting it to.
Mm-hmm.
And I can just rewrite it if it doesn't work. Damn it. The keep doesn't.
Yeah, I think you keep
it doesn't
one.
seem to work the way that I want it to work.
Or to keep one.
Yeah, I tried keep one, and it keep one didn't work either.
Okay,
well,
weird. Anyways, you got a 22.
Blew it out.
Sheila, do you want to roll to trip sit? And I don't know what you would choose to describe this as.
Okay, I think as someone who's tripsitted recently and has done it in the past as well, I think there's a lot of it that has to do with like entertaining, but also like an observation, just sort of letting things happen as they will. But also like, you know, especially with a heroic amount of DMT, I imagine there would be some like preventative measures that would have to be taken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is things like make sure that I don't touch anything dangerous.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
don't let me fall into a river, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna try to keep you separated from those things.
Okay.
Okay.
From all the things that would harm you.
Oh, by the way, Jack, go ahead and take a point in that stat.
Yeah, and that puts me at 9.
Oh boy.
Do you want me to roll the trip sit first?
Yeah, you're using your catalyst. These are catalyst actions.
Am I? Okay. And I guess I'm putting the truth over my own safety because I'm actively taking notes while making sure he stays out of trouble and probably not paying attention to, say, my footing when we are on a 15-foot ledge over a creek.
Yeah.
All right. 2d20.
Oh, Danny, do you want to be here, by the way? I think we just kind of established that we're out in nature.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I imagine we started in like your room and then you just wanted to start going and I picked up my book and followed you.
Yeah,
actually,
probably, you know.
Actually,
yes,
no,
and.
I go with you.
Yes,
you.
and.
Yeah, she'd probably like run by Danny's door and like give like 5 quick knocks and just like keep running down the hall to follow him.
I'm taking pictures.
Yeah, she'd have the tape recorder and be like, what's the word? Not like patient, but for what Jack is in the moment. He's not a patient. He's a
guinea pig.
Subject.
Yes. That's perfect.
Subject. Yeah, that works.
All right.
Subjective.
So, Danny D, you'll get your turn to roll. Don't worry.
That's a 21.
That's a 21. There you go. You'll have very good time understanding what Jack's going through.
Yeah,
that's a connection, right? Is that what you said? No, you said separation.
Because we're trying to separate him from the threats in his environment.
Okay, that's good. We'll roll that forward in a moment. Jack.
This is my first 7.
Yes, Jack, you are, as the trip begins to come on, you become drawn to many flights of fancy and many objects in your environment. They start to like eke out at you. You see, like it starts off with you like staring at the light bulb in your room, and like seeing the light coming out of it as like a physical thing that like you can almost move through, like water.
Hold on. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
going.
Let me cook. I'm cooking over here.
Keep going.
Yeah. You like start wandering the halls of your college, and you're eyeing like communications towers, or like power poles, like cars when they come by, like they kind of like crunch through this whole thing. There is all right, yeah, the jack cam. But eventually you find like there's a tram network in town, and you're like ride that to like a park in town, so that you can
I have looked up DMT. At least the way that I've looked up doing it, there's different ways of doing every drug, obviously. But the things that I've looked up so far, because it didn't occur to me to do this research off camera, it peaks instantly and then lasts for about 10 minutes at maximum strength, and then another 30 or so minutes of like medium strength before it tapers off.
All right. Well, let's say that this happened in that first like 10 minutes.
Right on.
You you end up in a park that has like a that's like it's like dedicated to it's got like a fountain dedication to like the Vietnam War. And you and Danny, you're taking pictures of Jack, and what Jack does is that he like climbs into the fountain, and he like starts to like just kind of float in it, like just floating around in a public fountain. And you're taking photos of him.
Yeah.
Sheila's
And
like, I think, in there with him, like up to her knees, just like making sure he's not drowning.
Yeah. I imagine you're like sitting on the edge.
Yeah.
In your boots.
Yeah.
Which you're established to wear. Yeah, Danny, you've been taking pictures of Jack while he's doing things. And this picture, when you develop it, of him like floating around in this pond, he is he's like kind of transparent. And Jack, you end up you find yourself, and you're like floating in the air in a train station. It doesn't feel like you're fully here, but it feels like you're like a silent observer.
Okay.
There are some of those like shadow people around. They normally they look very normally they're like very whatever, blase, like they're calm. But now all of their postures denote that they're like hiding. You see them like some are like ducked under those benches you saw. They're like huddled up in like around pillars, and the whole place is like occasionally rumbling.
All right.
And you can hear like a far off siren. And yeah, while you're down there, you see there's a light coming from the tunnel, and very suddenly the train a train like speeds by, and it looks like the same train, but it's like it's definitely it's going way faster now. And it's kind of like, as you can see, it's like battered now. It's got like the it looks like the brakes are engaged and like they're shooting sparks. But like it's not slowing down. The it has like barbed wire caught on it, like wrapped around it. And it doesn't stop. It has like burn marks on it, and it doesn't stop at the station. But as it flies by, the
Can I direct myself?
Yeah, you can like float and move if you want.
Okay. All right. I think I'm floating towards the train.
Yeah, it's like speeding by. It's going like 200 miles an hour.
Okay.
So it flies by very quickly. When it does, like lightning kind of arcs off of it as it's going, like off the top line as it's like connected. It's like an electric tram. And it like arcs out and hits all the like some nearby shadow people. And when it does, they're like reaching out to it, and they like surge forward towards it as it's passing, out from their hiding spots, and like they get like zapped, and then they disappear, and get like sucked up into the train, and then it's gone like as quickly as it showed up. And there's like some of those shadows are still here. And then you feel a familiar yet dangerous presence. And it like kind of leads you to panic. Sheila.
Yeah.
I think the way this manifests for you is that like, you're like watching over Jack, and you like see him start to like freak out in the water a little bit.
Yeah.
The way you float around, Jack, by the way, in this like vision space, is that you literally are just swimming around. Like we're cross cutting between the two.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Danny, would you like to take another photo? I'm going to say that yours just developed, and you see that Jack is like turning transparent. All right. Jack, this is going to be your catalyst role for this little mini-sode.
Who?
Or not Jack, sorry, Danny.
Oh shit. Why am I rolling? Why am I rolling?
And remind us of your catalyst.
Well, yeah, what was your catalyst?
Yes. My catalyst is pressure situations infuse me with an alien level of focus.
Yeah, sure, that works.
I think this is a pressure situation.
Yes.
You're turning transparent in the picture. That's weird. That's not normal. I'm kind of tense right now. But why am I rolling?
I think well, your friend is turning transparent. What do you do?
Oh. Uh. Oh God. What is Sheila doing? Is Sheila trying to like help him out? I don't know.
She's documenting,
She's
and
documenting.
she's like I think she probably at this point has like a like the tape recorder like pinned or like clipped to her shirt somehow,
Okay.
as she's
Okay.
like standing down there next to him, like checking to make sure they're like he's like the moment that she sees air bubble, she's gonna pull him up.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. I'm the only one who sees this picture. This is just registered in my brain.
Yes.
I try to pull him out. Of the fountain.
Okay. I think for you to pull on something, you must be connected to it. Does that track to you, or do you not like that framing?
I don't like that framing.
All right, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to separate
Hmm.
his. I'm trying to separate his body from the water, from the fountain.
Okay.
Are you acting just by an imminent threat? Would you say that's separation?
I think so. Yeah. The imminent threat is of him being completely transparent.
I agree.
Him disappearing. I don't want that to happen. How does the host feel about that?
Yeah, that's good. That's a move as designed.
Yeah, that's why I read it.
And now because I'm rolling with my catalyst, I have advantage.
Yes.
Okay.
Doing all catalyst rolls right now. Man, everyone's rolling good. That's a 23. All right. Yeah. You go and you like wade up through the water and you like put your hands on Jack, who is like he's swimming in like 2 feet of water. It's not deep. It's a fountain.
listen. I'm exaggerating. Okay, for effect.
Well, no, Danny D's short, so it tracks.
Yes.
So you go up and you like put your hands on him, and you get like you get like a ghost sensation of like a train of like the wind of the train like blowing by you, and you pull him out, and he like snaps out of the vision. Jack, I'll say that the drugs wear off all at once. You're back in your body now.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Fun. That's one mini-sode done. Does anybody else want to submit one, or do you want a me original?
I'm gonna grab another drink while we got a minute.
Sure. Let's go ahead and get a drink break then.
Okay.
Welcome back. All right, we got drinks now.
I need to use the restroom, so.
Oh, we double pause. All right, we're back. Did anyone else have a? Danny, I thought you had a mini-sode that you wanted to do.
Yeah. Do we have enough time, like in game, for me and these two to go back to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, for me to show them where the event, where the event happened.
Oh,
that
sure.
traumatic event. Oh, sick, yeah.
I can roll one of my ideas into that.
Cool.
Or wait, can I? Yeah, sure, fuck it. Why not? It's less lore accurate, but who cares? It's less real life lore accurate, but who cares? I was gonna do this, but somewhere
Alright.
else. So.
Oh yeah, just randomly. I think this is a funny thing to insert.
Yes.
Just randomly, one of my coworkers today asked me if I believe in aliens.
Oh.
Just like out of nowhere.
Maybe they watch Command Line and they just haven't told you yet. They're one of the 17 viewers.
Wow, 17 viewers.
Yeah, we're really rocking.
Interesting.
Anyways, yeah. No, we totally have time for that. Doing funny mini-sodes. These are all in between your regularly scheduled, like you go to, you're still going to class and all that. But
Yeah, there's like in between cuts of like us talking to Vulcan about like, but do we really think that's how that works? I don't know. I didn't agree with this point, but yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes you say, that's not how that works. To him, as if you know literally. So yes. So what I'll say I'll say that Danny, you get a joining thread where you want to go back and you want to investigate that place. But you're kind of building up to do that on your own time, and then Alvis comes to you guys like, oh hey, guess what? I just got a tip. The old librarian who used to work here married an oil baron. And they're expanding their operation out into the Rockies. I think they're gonna be drilling for some ancient some like ancient burial grounds. Go check it out. That's how he pitches it to you. Yeah.
Where are you from,
Alvis?
Danny?
Oh, Danny.
Oh, I'm from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, the Appalachian Mountains.
Appalachian Mountains. Did I say the other one?
Well, he might. Yeah, you said the other one. He might say Appalachian.
Appalachian.
Yeah, you said the Rocky Mountains.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was reading my notes. I had this for the other one. Anyways, we're adapting. Yes, and everybody.
Yes, and
you are going out there to investigate the mining operation run by what's the company called? It is called
Shell, BP.
It is called Bush Exploration.
I did actually want to ask Alvis something though.
Oh yeah, sure.
When he says the old librarian, Sheila would say the old librarian who you hate.
Yep. She's anti-progress, or she was. Now she doesn't work. Now she can't. Thank God she quit. Now she can't influence all your supple young minds to not believe, not know how to search for the truth.
I'm just making sure our terms are clear.
I can't remember. Is this an old lady or?
It's a woman of adult age. I think she's like 30 at this point. This beef would have been a few years ago.
Gotcha.
She left
30?
in the last couple years. She would have been like late 20s when she left, I think.
Damn. Okay.
And yeah, you marry an oil baron, you can quit your day job. Funny
Sure.
how that
Yeah.
works. Anyways, you you take a road trip to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, and you're doing one of your usual scope outs. It's kind of half camping trip, half half investigation. I imagine that you're out there for a couple days, and you're looking for the location that you were, right, Danny? Yeah. how well do you think you can get back to there? Did you camp there a lot, or is this a like from a one-time event?
This was from a one-time event, yeah.
Okay. So, you may have to. Do you think you would have to look for it?
Mm. Mm.
Okay.
That night is so vividly ingrained into my mind. I would have zero trouble remembering how to get back.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't want to insist that you would have forgotten something so important. Yeah. So you
Point it.
You expertly navigate the hills to get back to your campsite. It Yeah, I'll say that when you are climbing the mountain to approach your campsite, you on the trail you find a spot where it has been fenced off, and it has like, you know, anti-trespassing signs of like, oh hey, there's dangerous mining operations up ahead, turn back, keep out, etc. This is private property.
Sheila rolls up her sleeves.
We saw those wire cutters, I imagine.
Danny D always has the tool for the job.
Yeah.
Of course I do.
Yeah, you just cut right through the fence.
Yeah.
All right.
As he's cutting, he says, "This is America, baby, land of the free. There's no such thing as private property.
You can't fence off Mother Nature."
Paste. Yes. So, you traverse back up towards your campgrounds, and you see it like off in the distance. You know, you're approaching from like a tree line. They've cleared a lot of the forest out, and like on this hillside, so on top of the mountain, it's like a flat area where you guys were camping, because you were out here looking for aliens via like you had like a telescope set up and you were gonna watch the stars. So it was like a big flat area to camp in. They've cleared out like even more of this area, and they've like set up like trailers here. They've got like, you know, offices and and what looks like crew quarters, things like that.
Like big equipment for
Yeah,
that as well.
there's big like digging equipment around, and it looks like on the side of the mountain they've like cleared out that jungle, or not that jungle, that forest as well. And on the side of the mountain they have like they have they've like blasted it, and they've exposed some open caves in the side of the mountain. You see like there's a couple people in like hard hats lingering around. They're in hard hats and like suits, so they don't look like workers. They look like owners. Oh, and standing next to one of them is a lady who matches the description that you were given by Alvis for that librarian
Well,
lady.
we know her. We've seen her.
I guess if you've been there for a few years, you would have seen her. She left like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So I recognize her at least.
Sure, let's say that you recognize
I think,
her.
well, maybe. I might recognize her. That, like, how often, like, I'm thinking back to my college days. Would I have recognized one of the librarians? Actually, no. I wouldn't have. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. Her name was Miss Welch.
You mean is?
Her name was.
Was,
She's
'cause she's
married.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
She's married in the 80s, so it was.
See, what I thought you were doing was accidentally revealing that this lady was a real person, but you were just checking what her maiden name was. I understand.
Yes, I was checking what her maiden name is. You should be able to tell what her real name is, or her current name. It starts with Mrs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're out there. This doesn't look like any kind of oil drilling operation you've seen before. There's no like drills around. It looks like they've just been clearing forests. There is let's see what else. Oh, there's it looks like there's a lot of machinery around, like shop machinery. It's not like set up, but it looks like it's here and like half unloaded.
What do you mean? Like, say more.
Like machinery for like building things.
Okay, so like table saws, like drill presses,
Yeah, like
big stuff.
metalworking.
Okay.
So like grinders.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, big industrial type.
Lathes.
Yeah, what do you guys want to do? What do you want to pursue? There's a bunch of equipment, there's a bunch of stuff around here. There's some people over there talking, and you're like hidden in the tree line. And there's also a cave down on the cliff.
Well, that's where the goods are, she says, pointing
Oh
over
yeah,
there.
Cave Hondo.
cave is the way to go.
Okay, you sneak down around the side of the mountain. It's a pretty sheer cliff. So it takes some real mountaineering. Does someone want to go ahead and spend and like take this as their role to navigate this for the rest of you?
Do I need to?
I mean, you're the nature boy. That feels appropriate.
Okay.
But you're also the lead guy, so if you want to put this off on one of us, then
Yeah, if you don't want to spend your scene yet,
yeah,
because this is your adventure, then that's fine.
We're doing.
I just went, so if you want the way into the event to be mine, then I'm good with that.
Who has good connection?
Hey. I have the best connection. I'm the most connected by a lot.
I feel like we're gonna really need to stay connected to the face of this cliff as we're going down.
Yeah.
I just had a crazy moment of deja vu when we were min-maxing like that.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember.
Are you sure it's deja vu?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's a forgotten memory.
Oh.
Could be a flash forward, yeah.
Anyway.
Pre-member
sounds wrong.
Well, if you're already at 9, it would be a waste of a roll to burn your catalyst roll on this.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Maybe I could just let you have it in another one, but also you're already ahead of the curve, Jack.
Here's what I can do. I will step forward.
Yeah. You're trying to sneak down a cliffside, so.
Yeah. Sheila grew up in the mountains and grew up sneaking around the mountains.
Yes, indeed. Especially into trespassing.
Yes.
Yeah, this is you know what? This is giving your character some weird deja vu.
Oh yeah.
But they can't quite remember why.
Feels like we've done this before, maybe, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this is definitely putting the truth above my own safety.
Oh yes, 100%. This is.
Your catalyst fits the best. How did we not see that sooner?
No, it's fucking awesome. It's great.
Yeah.
I really min-maxed my catalyst. I'm trying to think what attribute she's using. Trying to like
I think this
clamber around on rocks and like into gullies and around
I think this
trees.
is instigation. I think you're, tapping into an old memory.
Oh boy, that's my lowest score. This is only a 2D. What?
Do I gain a point for my successful catalyst roll last time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we're grinding.
Great.
We're grinding
This is just
right
a
now.
2D20 plus 3. So if I fuck up, I'm sorry.
Cool.
17.
17 is enough to clamor.
Should I mark one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Everyone's boosting right now.
Motion.
This is weird that you're doing this, but okay.
We're being
well,
weird.
we haven't been taking enough risks.
Yes.
I disagree.
Points to 2 episodes ago. Anyways, you guys were standing underneath what you believed to be a nuclear bomb before it went off.
Yeah.
And then we shot at it.
You shot
with
at
a
it
bomb.
with a bomb.
With a different bomb.
You can shoot a nuke. That's fine. That's not the thing that. No, that's fine.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So, you make it down there, without alerting authority, and you make it to the entrance of this cave. Danny D, this is the cave. This is you recognize the entrance, as it is mostly untouched, but just beyond, just like immediately as soon as you get like past the initial darkness of a cave, it's very clear that this place is being modified. This place is being built up. Yeah, you like go around the first bend of this cave and it flips from like natural stone to like carved stairs. And you hear like grinding and machining like a factory floor down here. It is dark as shit. There is like a hazy like orange and like flashes of orange and purple from like down here. But it's like a dark warehouse right now. Or like not a dark warehouse, like a dark like one of like it's like a dark dwarven smith shop. You can hear like
a foundry or something like that.
Yeah, you can hear a familiar sound of like of metallic stomping.
Good.
What do you guys do?
Gun
out.
Yeah, guns out. I hope at this point everybody's packing.
Yeah.
Oh, on the off chance, because it's these people, on the off chance that we wind up in a thing, my backpack is full of Molotovs.
Very good.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're going big on this one.
Yeah, we're only going big. All right, you yeah, but what do you guys do? You're packing.
Oh, minor point.
Yes.
I crammed a bunch of styrofoam cups into one of the bottles before putting gasoline in it.
Oh, so that way
that's important.
That way it's napalm.
Great.
Yes.
No, I understand. I understood immediately what you were doing.
Yep.
All right, would one of you want to take the
I
initiative?
did a project about this once in school. She says as you're pouring the alcohol in.
We cut back to you're in a fucking McDonald's parking lot, like tearing up the styrofoam cups.
Yeah.
You asked for like 6 waters.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be cheaper to just buy styrofoam cups than to do that from McDonald's.
No, they give
Yeah,
you water for
maybe,
free.
but also they give you water for free.
What?
And while I'm there, because it's the 80s, the boxes that the burgers come in are also styrofoam. So I'm eating a burger and I'm tearing pieces off of the box and putting it in this bottle.
Right.
Perfect. All right, Jack or Danny, you're up next. Which one of you wants to make a move? We're speed running, remember.
All right.
I feel like this is not the big come yet, so feel free to take it if you want. You have the Molotovs, you have those napalms.
All right. Sketch the layout again. I got the pieces, but not the order.
There's a stone staircase in a cave, and it goes down into what sounds like a very large workshop that has the sound of like metal boots scraping the floor and a lot of work happening.
Okay. Molotov at the ready. Not lit, but my lighter is like in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bottle in one hand, lighter in the other. I'm heading down and I'm like trying to peer around the corner towards the sound.
Okay. Yeah, well again, like I said, there's whoever's working down here is working in the dark.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like I said, you can only see like there's like spots of like floating purple light that looks like they're like coming off of like the undercarriage of a car with like purple neon lights, and then there's like sparks flying from like machining happening like sporadically around.
Okay, this could get it.
It's very high.
This could get us
ceiling.
very killed. This could get us very killed very quickly. But hey, you know what would make it brighter in here? I light the Molotov and throw it.
All right. Now, Jack, I think this is instigation, and I think you'd be hard pressed to name something else that it is.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible for this to be instigation any more than it is. Oh, some sounds and some sparks. I throw a lit Molotov at it. Yeah, that's instigation to the max.
Yeah. You're definitely up against impossible odds right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 20 plus 3. Here we go.
22.
Boom.
Everyone is rolling like nuts today. And granted, they're all with advantage, but still. The only one that like evened out is Danny D's 18 and 2.
It's to make up for the beginning of the previous session.
Yeah, previous session.
That's got to be it.
Yeah, it all comes around. Anyways, yeah. So you throw a Molotov, and it lights up this whole room. Yeah, oh, that scared me. I saw that.
What am I looking
at? He just has like a picture of a cave with a guy standing in it with a torch. But that cave entrance looked like a thing looking at me. Okay, there, it's way less dark. Anyways, let's go with so you light up the place, and you see around the room. I'm gonna say that you get to see around the room. There is a bunch of you remember those guys who were iron on the inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's a bunch of those
Do I
down.
ever?
There's a bunch of those guys down here, except they just don't have the outside. They are like walking like iron skeletons.
So like Terminator from Terminator 1.
Yes, they look like wrought iron Terminators with like purple underlighting.
No oil. What a shame.
Yeah, no, I think Jack, when you throw one in the dark, you just like hit two of them that are standing next to each other, and when they light on fire, presumably some exposed oil underneath them bursts, and like their chest cavity like literally like catches on fire and like backfires and explodes.
Nice.
Yeah. It looks like they are, and like that lights up the room, and you can see that they're like it looks like they're building like a larger version of themselves that's like in the back of the room that has like from the waist up, it's like, you know, it's like a torso with two arms with like Tesla coils for hands. And the bottom half looks like a tank bed, where or like and you look at it more closely, and it looks like a flat rail car that it's sitting on. Also at the back of the room, you can see a there's a like sizable obelisk like implanted into the wall, and they have built some rails like leading into it. Yeah, there's a few more drones around the room. And they have realized that someone is here who is not supposed to be.
You don't say.
Yeah, two of them have exploded. Guys, guys, it's time to do like real combat for a second.
Okay.
Again, we'll keep it brief. Well, as brief as one could keep RPG combat.
Yeah.
Let's just say that there's four in the room. The room's mostly square. You caught them with their pants down. There's mostly like machines around the room, and they've only got there's no like, you know, they're not armed with guns down here. They don't have like posted guards. You're just not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Well, that works out. It should be really easy to napalm the big one then.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it's assembled yet or like operational. It's not like turned on.
Okay.
It looks like they're building
Well,
it.
we'll save that for the end then.
Yeah. Well, let's skip the tense. You know what? Let's just skip the tense action scene. And just say that you Molotov the shit out of these guys.
Probably pick over some machinery onto one or two of them too.
Yeah, no, you pass these around.
Oh yeah.
And the place is definitely hazardous when you're done. There's a lot of fumes, you know, burning oil in an enclosed space, and like Molotov fires and heavy machinery that wasn't switched off. Yeah, everything down here powered by diesel. There is and you inspect the like the big drone at the back of the room. It looks like they were building this, or building presumably more than just this, because they have a lot of material lying around. And like planning to ship it through the portal or through the rift.
Gotcha. If there is a hose around here for refueling, I want to just like spray all of this stuff down.
Okay.
Um,
Danny D, by the way, just jump in when you think you've got something roll worthy that you want to do. Uh,
what could that obelisk possibly be from? That's deeply concerning.
yeah.
Presumably whatever technology they, were testing.
Does it look anything like the one that resulted from the explosion of last time?
It is. It's hard to tell because it is like entirely underground. But it is quite sizable, like that one is. And considering that, like the Trinity nuclear test site, either there was like some like horrific travesty here, or like one of those bombs was set off. Yeah, I don't know if Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania has a rational explanation for a horrible tragedy. Was there a terrible like Civil War battle here on this hill? Or like in these caves even?
Could be. We can say that happened.
Yeah.
Sure. That's what I think that's more in line with what I had. But obviously I had a different place picked out, but whatever.
Oh, you know what it could have been? I have an idea to just throw out there. This could have been part of the initial expansion into this area. Get a bunch of native peoples in a trade deal, then when they're all in one place, shoot them all. That's pretty terrible.
Yeah, that might have done it.
Or maybe like plague blankets or something like that. America's done a lot of horrible things to indigenous people.
Yeah, there's a lot of room in history to find horrible things that have happened on American soil.
White on brown. It's yeah.
All right, I found a visual reference for you. I don't know why it took me so long to find it, but I did. Here's a visual reference if you want to know what they look like. With no skin.
Oh, gotcha.
Anyways, that's for the people who don't like visual descriptions. Don't like descriptions of something that could just be visual. Anyways, yeah. So you pretty much tear this place up.
Is this?
Yeah.
From. Never mind.
Yes. Anyways, yeah, Daniel. Is there anything you want to do while you're here? Oh no, Daniel went away. This is his job, so it's his role.
I heard mumbling.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, I want to find something for Danny to get to do.
You still have more of those Molotovs?
Oh yeah.
We came loaded for this.
There's like oil drums in here.
This obelisk, right? What material do you think it's made out of?
Well, I mean, you've touched one before. It feels like water when you touch it. And it doesn't... It's hard to call it a physical object. It may be more of a mental construction. you want to try to destroy it?
I kind of want to cave in the cave.
Okay.
If we're down for that.
That's definitely a more practical answer.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this obelisk, but I don't go into it.
Oh, good. You know what? That's wise. It's a wise decision.
Good.
Yeah.
It's been a couple weeks since you guys. It's been a while since you guys went down there, and last time you were there, it was very bad.
Mm-hmm.
And all signs point to it getting worse. Yeah. So,
Right.
Daniel, do you want to practice some destruction?
Oh yeah. You said there's a bunch of oil barrels.
Yeah,
all
you
around?
got funny red video game barrels that you can place
Nice.
around.
I want help to move them to the entrance near the entrance of the cave. Not the entrance, near the entrance.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
You guys haul them back up. There's plenty of moving. There's plenty of there's like there's dollies around. There's a forklift. You move a whole
Is
pallet.
Sheila forklift
Oh,
certified?
shit.
That's the question.
Sheila is definitely not forklift certified. She doesn't even have a driver's license.
No. I feel like forklift certification is under driver's license in terms of complexity, but
Yeah.
Well, they have rear steering.
that's fun.
Yeah. I'll try to drive a forklift, sure.
There's more. See, this is cool because I know what's going on because I have like two of them on Wick. There's like one steering wheel and there's like 4 levers.
Yeah, I've driven a few forklifts before.
Yeah.
I don't remember why. Anyways, yeah. I'm trying to turn this into a role for you, Daniel. I wish for you to have a role in your own minisode.
I want to drive the forklift then.
Perfect.
There we go.
Name a role and it's yours.
Okay.
Don't drop a barrel into a flaming thing, or you'll lose your eye. You'll burn off your do-rag. That's the risk that you're being posed right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh. I want. You say okay, yeah. I want to lift one of those oil barrels, into the obelisk
Oh shit.
using the forklift.
Okay. Do you want to just like dump it through?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you like pick up a pallet of oil barrels, barrows, and you yeah. Okay, I think I get what you mean. Rolled separation. You are separating two things right now. That is what you're doing. Not to show a little more hand here, but you're separating two things.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. These rolls are fucking free. 21. Like, okay, 21. So if someone rolls under 20, maybe something dramatic will happen. But until then,
Mm-hmm.
I am now a 9.
Oh Jesus Christ, it's gonna get weird next time. Yeah. So here's what you do, Danny. You you take a forklift and you like create a trail of oil. You like poke a hole in one of the barrels and you like leave a trail,
Yes.
and then you, with the forklift, you like raise it. You just hold the oil barrels like just inside the obelisk.
Yes, exactly. You know.
Yeah, and then you fall back to the farthest distance you can, and you light the beginning of the trail, and you guys haul ass outside.
That's exactly what I was going for.
Yeah. You're not around to check it, but or to watch rather, because this place is tore up. It's a big burning workshop. With full of dead evil robots. You make it outside. There is a the smoke coming from inside the what's a good way of describing this? Yeah, I think here's your tell. You leave the tunnel, and there's like a rush of wind as there's like a large gas fire from inside. And the fire is like so large, and there's like multiple entrances to this mountain or to this cave system. You basically turn this place or this cave into like a giant furnace where it's like sucking air in through other cave entrances, and the one that you run out of.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, the one that you run out of there's like fire billowing out of it like it's a jet engine almost. As it's all like funneled up to it at the top.
Yeah.
And after a short burn, the fire like changes from like red to green, and then it like cycles through like the visible spectrum. And it goes all the way up to like pink and purple, and then it goes like you can still hear it like roaring like a giant engine. And it feels like it goes up into ultraviolet for a second, and then it like dies out all at once. And then it just is a smoking hole in the ground. And there's like alarms going off up on top of the mountain, and I think you guys clear out before someone finds you. And any records that are down there are gone. Good mini-sode.
Good mini-sode.
That was a mini-sode where I got to dump a lot of things. Anyways, time for a fun mini-sode.
Yeah.
Unless you have one, Sheila, that you would like to do.
Not at the moment.
I feel like we almost covered yours in this one also.
I mean, she was in the mountains.
Yeah.
There was applicability I'm picking up.
Let's see how dumb do I want this one to be? That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, we'll leave Nikola Tesla's ghost for some other time. We can go. We'll go with a classic promise, which is the club showdown. Once you guys are about a month in, it's almost June, guys. Wow, good job. You've survived to May 31st. or yeah, it's May 30th, and a new, or not a new, Simon showed me a very fun building that is nearby your nearby your campus, which was described by Simon as, yeah, that's a house from Castlevania that would be up on a hill with lightning in the background. It has like, you know, it has like spire top buildings, and you can see it. It's like across the street from, if you're standing on top of your old building, you can see it. It's like across a 4-lane street, a little ways away, and it's a frat house. Let's go with yeah, it's a frat house for the fraternity of Phi Sigma Phi, and they've just got back, and let's see, what have they done? Oh, I know, because they're cruel bastards. That night on May 30th, one of them, some of them sneak into the old building, and they or like during, let's say during the day. I don't want them to be so home invadery. I don't want to traumatize the poor man more. But they sneak into the old building where you guys and Alvis are staying. And like while Alvis is like taking a shower in the chemical burn in the chemical burn shower that's in that room.
Hilarious.
They a couple of those guys, they come in and they steal his prosthetic arm. You guys, you go over there that day to, you know, to get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they challenge you to a sports ball competition.
Oh yeah.
They challenge you to a golf tournament.
Oh, yeah.
They challenge you to 9 holes of golf.
9 holes.
The next day, yeah, on May 31st, which is a Saturday.
What
Is it
happens
like-
if we lose?
If let's see. If you guys lose, you have to let's see. Yeah, you have to give them control of the computer lab.
Oh.
That's some stakes. That's some real stakes.
Yeah.
Now, is it real golf or is it like mini golf?
It's real golf with these motherfuckers.
Yeah, no, it's real golf. These guys are prep as fuck.
Yeah. Like white sweater, like cross knotted over your to hide your shoulders kind of prep. Like all the way.
The like khaki shorts, striped socks with like some
Yeah. Maybe even sock garters.
Sock garters. Oh,
that don't even come
boy.
up farther than the knee.
Oh
like
my God.
You know, it's like a halfway up the calf sock with a garter that ends before the knee.
Oh God, I hate it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm disgusted.
Oh God.
These people, man.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so you guys have been challenged to a golf competition. Do you guys have any way that you want to cheat at golf?
Oh yeah, I've got one immediately.
Okay, I saw 2 hands go up. So yeah, go ahead, Jack. You were louder, so you get to go first.
All right. So presumably we're doing this at like a country club or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I order a round of drinks, and then I receive the drinks, and I spike them with ecstasy.
That's a good start. You know what?
And then you go like, oh, hey, just this is for, like good sportsmanship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually framing this as a like I'm gonna go ahead and celebrate early. I think I've got this. Here you go. It's on me.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think do you have maxed out separation, Jack?
I do not.
Okay. I think what you're trying to do here is you're trying to keep your lie separate from them. You're trying to deceive them. You're trying to keep the truth away from them.
Yeah, that is definitely true.
All right, so please make a separation roll for me, Jack.
All right. Now, Jack has only ever played mini golf. The odds are against me here.
No, minisodes. This is representative of your character development for this entire mini arc that would have happened.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What I'm asking is,
yeah, you don't have to necessarily justify your catalyst here.
all right.
Or well, actually, let's say that you do have to justify your catalyst, but if you succeed, you will get a point. But let's say you have to justify your catalyst to get advantage.
Okay. These guys are the kind of guys who they chose their best thing to fight against us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, now your angle is clear.
Yeah.
What a good catalyst. It just keeps working.
Yeah.
It works for nukes and for dukes.
Yeah.
All right. So, is that a roll with advantage?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Oh shit, 12. All right. I'm gonna call this. This is gonna be the first mixed success. So I'm gonna say don't take a point.
Okay.
So here's what happens. All but the beefiest of beefheads see through your total ruse.
Okay.
They don't outright refuse your drinks, but they take them and they're like, we're not gonna fucking drink this. He sells drugs. He's obviously grinding the poison.
And also, of course, they wouldn't take drinks offered to them. They're roofing girls like on the reg, so like
yeah, like they know.
They know this trick.
Yeah, but one guy among them says, wait, he drugged them? And he takes all of them, they're in like little whiskey glasses. He takes them like shots.
Ooh, buddy.
Yeah, he blows through like he blows through all 3 of their drinks.
Well, that's bad for him.
So they're gonna have to golf for him, probably.
Yeah.
Presumably, it's a 3-on-3.
Yeah,
and then
it's 3-on-3, and
whoever team score is lowest at the end wins.
Yeah, lowest team score wins.
Sure.
Jack, like once it's like fully set in, Jack manages to get in a rib. Like, man, what's his handicap? A lobotomy?
I believe, per the terms of our agreement, Mr. Nicholson, that all 3 of your team members have to play their holes. So if he wants to bow out and you want to take an automatic no qualify on all of his holes, that's fine. But he can also come up to the tee, as it were, and take his strokes.
No, he can make it. He can do his holes. He's got this. We're just not gonna let him drive the cart.
Wise decision.
They meet you out on the range. It's the first on that first hole.
Yeah.
And they each, those first two sober guys, they get a clean one down the middle. These are baby ranges, as they love to brag to you.
Yeah.
The par is only 3 on this hole, guys. So try not to take too long. They and when their friend and they have Alice's prosthetic with them, so that you can do no shenanigans.
Just like we have the key to the computer lab with us.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And when they give and when it's that one guy's turn, and he's like, he's doped out. He's stumbling and tumbling over to the tee. They've given him the prosthetic that Alvis has used, and he's just like holding it in his hands, and he's like holding it at the wrist, and in the hand of the prosthetic, it is holding the club.
Yeah.
And they're like, buddy, just let it do the work for you. just stand still. Yeah, it uses and he pushes a button like in the base of the arm, and it and then it tees up to the ball perfectly, in his hand. It puts the club right up to the ball without knocking it off, and then it winds up to all the way up vertical above his head, and then it just slaps the shit out of the ball, and it goes all the way down range, right into the green. And then he puts his arm over his third arm over his shoulder, and he's like, you're up, Missy.
All right. You
guys are gonna need an edge in order to keep up, because you guys don't know how to play golf.
She procures a ball from her bag, and she takes a moment.
Now I have a real question.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys get clubs?
Pawn shop.
Okay.
Remember those pawn shops that I was going around to trying to find a cursed book?
Yes.
That have taken notes.
That's a good in.
Also,
you have
remember that cursed book?
Yes.
I think the way that I want to make this a catalyst roll is that I've attempted to enchant my golf balls.
Okay.
In order to perform actions of my own whim and control.
Turbo Transom, do you want to go ahead and give a disclaimer?
Okay.
Go ahead and give a comedic.
Not having read the book, I don't know if you can if you can do this with the materials within the book, but it is definitely possible to aftertouch a moving object.
Yeah.
I mean, and also I think her mindset is, in the subway, you can will yourself to do something.
Yep.
What if I like try to leave some of myself with these balls? Or something. I don't know. She's getting real heady with it.
I mean, she has stuck her hand through electric cords.
Right. Like
be the ball.
Yeah. She's gonna try to be the ball.
Okay.
Yeah, this is her enacting on the principle of gender in order to become her gender of ball.
Of course. Now, would you say you're putting the truth above your own safety?
Yeah, because what's true is that they don't deserve that fucking hand, and the safety is she stayed up all night trying to figure out how to enchant a golf ball, which I think is really dangerous to try to do.
Yes, that's very dangerous to try to do by this method.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this is a connection roll because this is a volley.
Yeah. For the sake of fiction, the Kabbalion will not be added to the playlist. The Kabbalion is a funny Easter egg that it is also a real book. But the content of it in real life has nothing to do with the content of it in this setting.
It is only it's the same in name only.
Yes. I changed the content the content of that book is I took those 7 principles because they're funny.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Also 7. Bam. I'm rolling. I got a 20.
All right. Sheila, do you want to describe being the ball?
I think it's like a practice
This
of...
is a connection roll, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A practice of shifting her attention to like, you know, trying to embody the perspective of it. And you know, whether or not she was psychically controlling it with her mind or it was just blown by the wind, something, you know, in her chip, you know, she felt herself come off the tee, as it were.
I have felt myself coming off the tee.
Hey-o.
Let me just say, you come down hard. Yeah.
I'm curious, but not enough to try it.
It's not a fun come down. Anyways, it's rewarding in the long run. There is I think with your unnatural 20, you guys make it right onto the green. Now, Daniel, I hope you know what it means that you're the last one to roll. That means that you're the pitch hitter. No, what is it called when you're the last one up to bat? The clinch hitter?
Clinch hitter? Yeah, that sounds like it could be right.
Sure, you're that. You're whatever the clinch hitter is called from the video game baseball. You know, famous American pastime, baseball. You need to get a touchdown with this one. You're putting on the last hole.
This guy's worse at sports than Ronald Reagan.
The ecstasy really did not help. You know, he has a really powerful robot arm, but also he's so gone by hole like 3 That's like the only reason you guys are in this at all. And Danny, your
Nice
short
talk,
stature really means you're built for putting. You're a putting
That's true.
machine. You were built for this. Now, how are you going to cheat? Because you feel like one of those guys, they're not going to let this come down to just your skill.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to get this in?
Yeah, you have to get this in. It's a 1 point difference.
This is cringe. This is so cringe.
Yeah.
Are there any like? Is there anybody around? Like any of the golf field staff?
No. That's not how a golf course works. Unless you want there to be a guy mowing the lawn. That's what I could give you.
You know what? I'll take that. I'll take that.
All right, there's a guy mowing like the rough around the putting area.
I direct him over to where I am, and I say, "Yo, this spot is a little uneven. Can you get some of that for me?"
Okay. I guess he's on a ride mower.
Mm-hmm.
No, he finishes his loop and he like comes onto the green near you. What's your plan here?
As he's passing by, I want to move the ball a little closer to the hole.
Okay.
Clean, simple and clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell him to move. I'm like, yeah, this spot right behind me. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna putt. So I feel like if I stand here, I might be off balance. You know.
Okay. I guess is the part of this role the you hiding your true intentions?
Yes.
Okay. I think the way that this I think there's one way that this can work out, and I have it in my brain. Because as soon as you're doing this, they're like, "Oh, hey, come on, get off the green. What are you doing? This is bullshit, man." Yeah. What would you roll for this? I'm not gonna lie. This is not a role I foresaw. This is not a stealth check I imagined.
Yeah.
So, yeah, give me a pitch.
I'm trying to separate myself from their vision.
Oh, there you go. That works. Sure.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. It's simple and clean.
Yep.
Now, can you use your catalyst?
This is a high pressure situation.
Oh, yes, of course. It's so high pressure. Everything's on this one putt.
Our computer lab, our sensei's honor.
Your website.
There's stakes.
There's real stakes. Okay, yeah. No, you get advantage. Oh my god, 21.
21.
That's par right there. Yeah, so right as this guy, he passes, like he does a little loop around you, and they're like, because those guys are like, "Oh, don't get close to him. You're gonna knock the ball over. You're gonna like run over the ball and like let him like technicality into the hole. That's bullshit." So he has to take a wide berth of you, and he's like, he's probably about like 6 feet away from you. But just when he crosses the vision cone between you and these two guys going nice cock bro, these nice cock bros,
yeah, that's the drugged out guy going, "Nice cock, bro."
Yeah, instead of like putting it into the hole, you use your much more dexterous feet, and you just soccer ball kick it.
Mm-hmm.
And you make the motions with your arm, but you're not really swinging the putter. You just like kick it, and as he crosses out of that, and it reveals, it just rolls right over to the hole, and then like around the rim and in. I imagine Sheila's holding the flagpole.
Yeah.
I imagine you throw it like a javelin at those guys.
I think she like resting on her hip, like swings it over, pointing at them like a lance.
Yeah. They are eternally shamed by their loss to a group of amateurs.
I do a Fortnite dance around the hole.
Yeah. At this point, they're what's it called? Their chapter leader of Phi Sigma Phi. He has been told that this is going on, and he was watching for the last hole, and he comes up to these total losers.
Yeah, hold on, pause.
Oh yeah. There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, their chapter leader. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I can hear you now.
Their chapter leader of Phi Sigma Phi, he has learned of the shenanigans that is occurring, and for this last hole, he's been watching off to the side in a golf cart silently, in a fucking straw hat, in a button up Hawaiian shirt with a necktie. What a dork!
Mm-hmm.
Khaki shorts, long white socks that go past his shorts, and cowboy boots.
Mm.
Oh, also, he on his arm is a tattoo of the name of the frat. Yeah, he comes up, and they have like little like on their golf bags, they have like the logo patched on there, and he rips it straight off their bag. He's like, you have shamed this fraternity with this poor display of sportsmanship and of good human nature. Get the fuck out of my sight. I don't want to see you at this club again, or we'll kick your ass and slash your tires. They return the stolen prosthetic arm. You hold it when you hold it in your hands. You realize, damn, this thing's fucking heavy.
Oh. Yeah, can we investigate some of its features?
Sure. Although, yeah, why not? Who wants that honor? This is not going to be a funny catalyst. You get a point roll.
I asked.
Actually, yeah. Let's just not make this a roll. Let's just list the things that it does as you so you like bend your elbow, and you like put it where your elbow is.
Yeah.
You just like put your arm on your shoulder, and then you're just like having it there, and you strap it to your.
Man, is he above or below the elbow?
He's like just below.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. What's it called? Oh yeah. Yeah, it feels like this thing has like a hell of a battery in it, and probably like a strong motor also. Like you saw the one guy when he was using it, he like clinched too hard with it when he was mashing buttons to try and get it to work, and it like bent his golf club into a V shape. It's got those three like little claw fingers on it, and like the end like rotates, and it has like really high tension. Feels like a very precise instrument. Inside the fingers, it has like little. They're like little Swiss Army knives. Oh shit. Yeah. Inside the fingers, they have like little Swiss Army knives of like tiny little tools and like
Cool.
measuring devices. They got it's got a laser pointer. It's got a tiny little saw blade in one of them, like a little spinny saw.
Cool.
Probably enough to cut pizza and hoses.
Okay.
He's got some scissors in there. Tarvik, what else do you have in your pockets?
Oh boy.
There's definitely a
I got
tack light.
tweezers. I've got
They're kind of like mega tweezers already. So
yeah, I've got a gimlet.
What's that?
in English, please.
It's a little spike with a corkscrew on it. That's
okay.
for drilling holes.
Okay.
But for really, really, really tiny holes. It's the little teensy spike on the end of this.
Oh, gotcha. Man, that looks like it is made to puncture somebody. Anyway. It's even got a razor blade.
Oh, cool.
That's
very cool.
That's all things that it has. That's why he's so well groomed, despite his lack of a haircut in the last 30 years.
Was that a no on the cool sci-fi battery idea?
Cool sci-fi battery idea? I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Oh, I have a cool sci-fi battery if you want one.
Sure.
Okay, so there's this like in real life this does exist, but it's really rare. So what you do is you take a chamber and then you make that chamber a vacuum, and in that chamber you suspend a disc of metal on like a maglev, and then you get it spinning to absurd levels. And then by taking energy back out of it using the maglev system, you can use that to store insane amounts of energy. The problem with it, though, is that if it breaks, it's absurdly dangerous.
Yeah. Also,
it is this thing is called a super high capacity flywheel.
Yeah, you can't rotate a flywheel on its other axes. It'll fight you like a gyro.
Yeah. So you would have to have like a system of them in there, because like the gyroscopic effect, if you try to move it, would be fucky. There's possibly multiple of them in there, and that contributes to the weight, because the total weight of the flywheel system is still going to be in it.
Here's what I'll say. Upon inspecting it further, you realize that there's not a battery in there with a motor, because you find a cap on the battery, and when you open it up, and you realize it's like a little fuel chamber.
Oh,
what's in there?
Smells like diesel.
Oh.
Anyways, that's this mini-sode over.
Yeah.
You return his
That's
arm.
a huge amount of information. Yeah, we return the arm.
Well, yeah, every mini-sode. And someone fucked up and paused the recording. So prepare for, this is just a recap of the last 10 minutes, because anyways, the liners, what did they do? They beat them. They beat them, and they got the robot arm back. They beat them at funny golf. Good job, everybody. You used the power of magic and cheating to win at golf. The two most powerful forces in the known world, in the known human world. Those are the most powerful laws. Anyways, they got his robot arm back, and it's got all these funny tools on it, and what's this battery? It's not a battery. That's a gas tank full of diesel. Whoa, pretty crazy. Anyways, they go to return it, and before they can ask Alvis about what's going on, he says, "You didn't even fill it up," and that's all they get out of him about that. We cut to a few weeks later where they're lounging and trying to come up with things to do, leads to follow. After their Usenet thread of command line got too popular, they kept getting more and more tips, and with popularity comes a dilution. It just turned into the same guys saying the same things of, I heard about an alien abduction in middle of nowhere. That's pretty weird. And after following some discouraging leads that were not shown, but know that there was at least 2 weeks there of following leads around the country that didn't go anywhere, or so we just saw a nice slice of life episode today. Eventually, the gang, they're hanging out. Jack is wondering about the logistics of finding Bigfoot. If that's just a thing that they could do, maybe they're magic enough to do that. I mean, they can cheat at golf, so sky's the limit. And Sheila bursts into the room with an article of the New York Times, a daily reading material for her, and in the back of the politics section, nowhere near the front page, there is an article about headlined with upcoming FCC commission. Where does communication end and communism begin? Detailing a upcoming open house, or open to the public convention in the, not a convention, but a hearing for a bill to restrict freedom of speech on telecommunications via computers, aka the fucking internet, guys. Whoa. And this sounds like exactly the kind of thing that they've been looking for. Exactly the kind of thing that students should care about and be politically motivated about. So this gets them all so fired up that even Alvis wants to come along. If Alvis is coming along, then we're not taking the car. We're taking the train all the way to DC. The next time on Command Line, train to DC. See you next time.